All right, day 2 driving to Alaska. I am departing from Prince George, British Columbia, and the goal today is to make it to the Yukon territory. I think that is a pretty good goal for today. It's probably like 14 or 15 hours. Well, it's 5:40 right now on the second day of driving. I've been driving since about, I don't know, 9-ish, so I've been in the car for 8 or 9 hours so far. Stopped to get gas a few times, stopped at a few rest areas. They're all pretty quick stops just because there's so many rest areas on the side of this highway. You could stop for like a minute and just keep going. I stopped for gas a while back at a junction, and that took a while just because there were a lot of trucks filling up and also a big group of motorcycles that were doing a trip. That set me back a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, if I'm driving 12 to 14 hours a day, you know, it's good to rest for a half an hour here and there, definitely. I think I can make it to the junction 37, which is basically the line between British Columbia and the Yukon territory further north. So that is 433 kilometers away. And I got plenty of gas. We'll just see how far I make it. I think I'll be able to make it there tonight.
It's strange, and I understand everybody has rough days, so it's like, you know, but it's important to just be as kind as you can.
It's like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock probably. Cooking up some chicken and pasta, quick dinner, and I'm probably just gonna eat and keep driving about an hour and a half to the junction. So that's the plan for tonight, but there are so many mosquitoes, it's insane. There's like 20 surrounding me at all times basically. And right on Aeroplane Lake right here, definitely mosquito infested area. There's even one dead on my GoPro right now. There's a van parked on the other side of this area that I don't want to bother them too much, so I'm trying to just cook as fast as I can and get out of here, really. Well, those bugs were absolutely insane. I'm headed off. Time to keep going. I got my dinner right here. Oh man, this is definitely an interesting day, an interesting night, but I don't know. I'm just trying to make as much progress as I can in the first 3 days and see if I can't make it to Alaska in 3 days. That was the goal, that was the plan, and I'm well on my way, and I think I'll be able to do it by tomorrow, so we'll have to see. I can't help it, I'm so into you. Alright, made it to the abandoned RV park. It's very sketchy, and I'm definitely glad that it's still bright out and it's not dark. That being said, there's no one in the area, so there's no one really to make it sketchy. Seems like a few people live in this town, but I'm sure they're just doing their own thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if this RV park was abandoned even the past couple of years due to COVID. Yeah, I don't know, but I made it here tonight, and I'm definitely sleeping here. It's 11:30, so I'm gonna sleep 6 or 7 hours and wake up and drive 14 or 15 more to Alaska and the first national park. So I'm really hoping to get there tomorrow, but fingers crossed if all goes planned, and we will, but you never know. I parked here for like 2 minutes and there's already the spider on the other side of the window here. Definitely a bug infested area, and I'm gonna try and hop back to the back of the truck as quickly as I can. Oh my gosh, no way. This is insane. Must have been when I was cooking, but there's probably 100 mosquitoes in here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But this is insane. Holy crap. There's no way I'm gonna sleep back here. I'm gonna just get absolutely eaten alive. Oh my gosh. I was so ready to go to sleep, and I opened it up to no less than 100 mosquitoes. I mean, that's not even exaggerated. I might just drive a few hundred miles until it actually gets pitch black and then just try and fall asleep or something. I'm just glad I was able to sleep back here last night. Probably took 20 minutes to kill as many mosquitoes as possible, and just curled up in a blanket in my sleeping bag and tried to make sure nothing was exposed except for my face where I could swat mosquitoes if they ever came, but that was wild. And I can't make that mistake again. I have to cook on the ground or something else. I can't cook on the tailgate. Otherwise, mosquitoes are just pouring every single night. That was a big bear. Wow. But I just saw my first grizzly. He was chilling on the side of the road, and then he saw me coming and immediately sprinted towards the tree line. I got a decent shot of him with my own eyes, but I couldn't get any footage of him with any cameras or anything like that. He kind of just ran into the woods, but wow. Alright, well, it's been a long day on the Alaska highway. I'm very close to the border. I just went through a customs checkpoint, but it might have been just for going into Canada. There might be a different one to go into Alaska. I really don't know, but I'm not quite at the border yet, probably 15 or 20 more miles. Okay, well, I did end up having to cross through US Customs, probably a couple miles past the border. And I talked with the border patrol or agent for a few minutes. He was a really cool guy, and he was telling me about where to go and places to camp. And it sounds like there is a fire restriction starting July 1st, which is either tomorrow or the next day. It's one of the next 2 days. I don't know. I'm not surprised about that at all, but I was surprised that all this haze is smoke. There's about, I don't know, a couple dozen small fires here and there within the bush, way in the Alaska wilderness. So I'm driving about 60 more miles to the next gas station and the next junction, and from there I'll probably figure out where I'm gonna sleep tonight or how far I'm gonna drive tonight at least. It's 6:20 right now. I probably won't stop for dinner for a few more hours until like 8 or 9, just because it's always so bright anyway. But yeah, I'll drive a few more hours and see how far I can make it. Alright, well, this is what I'm having for dinner. I'm having some Spanish rice and pasta blend with bell peppers and a sweet tomato sauce. Sounds pretty good. And leftover chicken from last night.